so a bunch of all my cousins are young men, and so as they were approaching military age in Iran, they all had to leave, and so I have some. I've always wanted to be a writer for sure. I came to college, with aims of being a poet. When I graduated, I didn't really realize what kind of narrow career opportunities there would be for that. So while I was in school, I had this really inspiring meal at Chez Panisse, which is this incredible restaurant in Berkeley, where eventually I got a job as a busser, and I was immediately inspired and enchanted. And I just felt like I wanted to know what these people knew. I wanted to learn what they all seemed to know how to do so effortlessly. And at the same time, in the back of my head, I was like, maybe you need a real skill, because being a poet's not going to probably pay the rent. So, so I sort of just started cooking, and I never forgot about writing. I always was trying to bring it. I pitched the first food column for the Daily Cal, the school newspaper, I did all sorts of funny things that were always bringing words and food back together. So I've always pursued that, but food wasn't the goal ever. It was always stories. And still I feel like my goal is storytelling, and food is just my tool now.
I mean your food. Oh, my food, yeah. Food. Actually, I am really good friends with the owner of the only Persian restaurant in Barcelona.
In Barcelona.
Yeah.
That's where you're from.
Yeah,
it's always been part of my dream. I think I started teaching cooking about 10 or 11 years ago, and I remember coming out of about the third class I taught and came and talked to some of my chef friends, and I was like, you know what, this is really inefficient. I'm getting 12 people each time. If I had a show, I could teach so many more people how to cook. So it was sort of always in the back of my mind. I don't think I ever thought it could happen, and certainly not this sort of that it would unfold so beautifully. But I'm so excited and I'm so proud. Because my friend from college lives in Tarragona, and she has raised her kids with 3 languages. It's so crazy. But my favorite is I'm going to say it wrong. How do you say pan con tomate in Catalan?
Pa amb tomàquet.
On tomàquet. Yes, yeah. I love that so much. I can't really believe, everything that I get to do. I feel so lucky. I feel like I can do whatever I want. And to me, I feel like I take that responsibility and privilege really seriously, to look for the most interesting stories, to get to share the stories of the kinds of people who don't really get their stories told. And like I said, food is just this incredible connector, and it's a really sort of simple way to draw people in.
Okay. So I am a huge fan of tour.
Oh, you are?
I love it.
Oh, you do? I never liked it.